Hi, friends, family, co-laborers, all of you people out there that are watching this, whatever time of day it is, we say hello. We're so glad you're with us. We've survived a polar vortex down here in the state of Georgia, and I imagine many of you that are watching this have probably experienced some of that too. So the snow has finally melted, and it feels like life has gone back to normal a little bit.
Yeah, so this is our February video update.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I don't know about you, but I'm already looking forward to the temperature being in the 90s. Eddie, no likey snow.
No, it was fun for, I don't know, a day because we didn't have to go anywhere. And then it wasn't fun anymore because we had to go places. And I don't know if you know this, but Southerners do not know how to drive in snow and ice.
Not a bit.
So anyway, but we're talking about something super fun this month. Eddie has a new book out, Playbook for Purity. And
yeah, I'm super excited about it. It's a small book. It's about 100 pages, 90 pages, and it's just the culmination of a lot of prayer and preaching and study.
Because so this is tell them where how it kind of birthed.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting. So I'm see if I can find a picture. So I literally, I guess 24 years ago started discipling a young man, and he was having purity issues. And one day I was sitting with him at a barbecue restaurant in Lake City, Florida, and I flipped the napkin over and began to sketch a drawing on the back of a napkin. And
what an artist.
Yeah.
What an artist we both are.
Yeah, I'm the captain of the stick men.
In case you don't know, we can't park a car worth anything, and we're not good at drawing. However, it was the start.
Yeah, it was, and met with him for weeks. And so what happened as, because you and I are neither one at conferences and retreats shy to talk about sexual purity and sexual healing and sexual intimacy inside of marriage. We get opportunities a lot, and a lot of what is in this book made it into talks at youth camps, at men's conferences, particularly at Bold Venture events around the Southeast. And so after some encouragement from some pastors and leaders, it became a book.
It's good. I've read it. I also have edited it, so hopefully there's no errors in it.
Yeah, if there is, blame her.
No. Because I edit, yeah, well, that's true.
No,
because I edit, I get to read whatever either one of us write multiple times, because a good editor is going to read it, reread it, and reread it again.
Yeah.
So this is really good quality stuff, and it's a good. We've kind of gotten where we write shorter books because there are folks out there that like a good 300-page book. Most people prefer a shorter book, and I think books have become shorter, honestly. Yeah. I know a lot of leadership books, church related spiritual books seem to be a little shorter than they used to be. And so this is a wonderful condensation, I think, of your material and the things that you teach on purity. Well, that we both teach, but this is. Would you say this is directed only to men?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. You would know better than me because I are one. And since you read it multiple times, I honestly don't think so.
I don't think so either. And honestly, I think it would be good for a woman to read this. I do think your audience, because this is a lot of the material that you spoke at men's conferences and men's events, I think it was geared towards men, but we are sorely mistaken if we think that purity issues is a male issue, because that is not true. Lust is not a male issue. Pornography, not a male problem. It is male and female alike. And so this information in this book, I think, is for male and female. I also think, though, that it would help women understand what their husbands walk through and what, some of the things the struggle that is unique to a male. Should I say it that way?
Yeah, and help them disciple their sons along with their husbands, or if they're a single mom, other males in their sons' lives. It's just a great resource. I start by setting the standard for purity. There's a lot of Christians right now who act like that maybe purity standards went out with the Puritans, and it's not just true. That's not true at all. And then I talk about what happened, and then we talk about temptation, how to deal with temptation. And honestly, again, the chapter on temptation, the lessons are applicable for overeating, for overspending. I mean, temptation is temptation is temptation.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go through the teaching itself that came from the napkin about how to surrender your whole body and mind to the Lord Jesus.
Could we give them, now if this is a spoiler, then we don't have to do it.
Yeah.
But could you give them just a little taste of the math that you do in this book? Because
Yeah.
I found this particularly fascinating.
Yeah, the math part happened a number of years ago, and I'm not going to give the whole thing,
Right.
but again, kind of the math summation at the end, because I've been teaching a principle that I first learned in some business consulting a number of years ago when I was working with some partners that were breaking up their partnership. And here's the teaching, is math doesn't have emotions.
That's true.
But honestly, I'm trying to elicit an emotion with this math because I titled the chapter, You've Been Ripped Off.
Yeah.
And let me just put it this way. The math that I should show is that most, on average male, young male and older, once post-pubescent male, and I know from you, females too, think about sex a lot. And so I show the math that the actual activity, even in the healthiest sex life, is a much smaller percentage. Let's put it that way.
That's good. That way we don't spoil it.
Yeah.
Because when you read it, you're going to go, what?
Yeah.
I mean, really and truly. And I think this is one of the most sobering parts of this book is that Eddie makes the point in here that we have made something so huge that actually takes up a lot less time in our life than we probably care to admit.
Yeah.
Especially even in the healthiest marriages, because and there's lots and lots of jokes about that, but one of the things we teach when we do premarital counseling, when we do marriage conferences, is that it should be a healthy part of your marriage, and that it's important. It's very important.
Yeah.
So this is not to minimize it or make it seem like it doesn't matter. Not at all. It's just a real reality check, I think.
Yeah. One of the things I say in here is sex is not dirty to be hidden. It's private to be guarded. And God's really given us a wonderful gift, and I'm excited about it. And back to the math thing one more time, because I don't know, I think my 7th grade math teacher is in heaven now, but her name was Betty Carol Highsmith. And I show my work. And so you can question me or email. If you'd like to email me about my math, please do. It's BethTaylor@taylorministry.com. And I'd love to talk to you about that. But I just think it's a fantastic read.
It is. And you know what else it's good for is, I think, personal studies in a group study or Bible study.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. It's really set up that you could do a 6 or 8 week small group study with your own children, or with a youth group, or with a men's or women's group. It breaks up very easily, because you can do an introduction and then the 6 parts of the stick drawing and then a conclusion or wrap up time. But we've tried to make it very accessible. It's at a great price right now. It's $14.95 for the paperback on our website. And check this out now. The version for your Kindle or your phone is only $2.99 right now on our website. So yeah, it's just...
Speaking of math, it's a really good deal.
It's a really good deal. Yeah, so it's at taylorministry.com/products. And so it's just easy to find. And we want to help you. We want to serve you.
We do.
If there's one thing I remember hearing a speaker say a number of years ago, the enemy's number one snare against leaders, male leaders in particular, in the Bible is sexual temptation. And he talked about a marital temptation, how Abraham lied about it, Isaac lied about his wife, how Judah took up with a daughter-in-law, David, Solomon, Samson. It's all through there. And God has better for us.
Yes. So, we talk a lot about our mission is to prepare the underground church to help today's church be ready for tomorrow's world, whatever that looks like. And we really believe that creating resources that are going to help us grow in our close relationship with the Lord, knowing the presence of the Lord, knowing the Word of God, and then growing in community together. And marriage and purity and relationships is one of the things that we have invested in heavily. And so, yeah, we're just going to continue to produce resources as the Lord pours ideas into. I'm currently knee deep in a book. Eddie has just finished this one, so he will
start
no
a new
doubt
one.
jump into another one.
Already have.
And so we're trying to be as faithful as we know how to the call that God has given us. And so we hope that you will avail yourself of this resource. This is good. This is good stuff. I can say that because I didn't write it. It's really good.
Yeah, the foreword is from my friend Willie Spears, and Willie's a nationally known FCA and business and education speaker, and he tells his testimony in here, and it's eye-opening. And so I hope you will avail yourself of this opportunity. Pick up a couple copies, share them with some young people in your life, maybe your children. It comes in a discreet package, so if you're embarrassed about ordering it for yourself, no one will know. They'll think you're getting a copy of my Proverbs book, or if Beth's leadership book come near. And so, and so don't worry about that. It's just a wonderful gift, and we appreciate it.
We do. We are so thankful for all of you, for your support, for your prayers, for your financial support. We are still believing the Lord and searching for some land in the area so that we can begin to build a secret place. So we continue to do what we do in our little house. We've just been hosting people. This last week we had people in our home every single night. So we
have a missionary staying with us in February, and some others. So it's our pleasure to do what God's called us to do, and that's our Sin Team partners. You're doing it with us. You're not literally here, but you are spiritually and financially and prayerfully here with us. And it's being added to your account. That's the good news. I mean, you're stewarding what God's blessed you with, and we're moving the mission forward to prepare a church that's ready for the return of the Lord. So thank you so much. May the Lord's blessing be on you, and we'll talk to you next month.